So set in Python, as I told you, all the four concepts, that is list, tuple, set, and dictionary, which is used to store multiple values into a single variable, and each one is used for different purposes, right? Especially talking about this set is also used to store multiple items in a single variable, just like how you store values in a list or in a tuple. So in set also we store multiple values in a single variable. But talking about the syntax is completely different from list and tuple, where set is an unordered, unchangeable, and indexed. Okay, so when we take this list, it is actually ordered, unchangeable, and indexed. So we'll be accessing the data items of a list, either it can be list or tuple. All the data items can be accessed with respect of these indexes. Whereas in list, we cannot index or we cannot position the data items of any list or of any set variable. Fine. So as we are seeing this line, this is a syntax for set. All the data items, all the multiple values should be enclosed with curly brackets. As you are seeing this syntax, okay, so all the data items of a set should be all the data items of a set should be enclosed with curly brackets. Fine, all the data items should be enclosed with curly brackets. Okay, so whereas in list it should be square brackets. For tuple, it should be in all the data items should be enclosed in rounded brackets. So this is the syntax for a set. Okay, I repeat, set is also used to store multiple data items in a single variable. It is also one of the collection of data usage, and whereas to tell about the feature of a set, it is unordered, unchangeable, and unindexed. Whereas we cannot index or position the data item of a set. Okay, so this is a syntax of how we can assign values inside a set. Okay, so this is the example of how you create a set in Python. Fine, so this is a variable is declared here, and the name is this set, having the multiple values apple, banana, and cherry. When you try to print it, you'll get the values, all the values of the set. When you see the output, it is actually the data items. Okay, the data items how it is assigned here. The first data item is actually apple, and then followed by banana and cherry. Whereas when we try to print the set variable, okay, we are getting the output as banana, apple, and cherry. Again, if I try to print the set variable, it will give some other order of data items in the output screen. Okay, so the order will be changed whenever we print the set variable. Okay, so that's why set is unordered, unchangeable, and unindexed. We cannot position or we cannot index any data item of a set variable. Fine. So this is a very good example of how the values are assigned in a set variable. Fine. It should be enclosed with the curly brackets first thing, and when you try to print the data item of a set variable, okay, the order will be changed. Okay, each time when you try to print the set variable. So the set list is unordered, meaning the items will appear in a random order. When you try to print the set variable, it will be print in a random order, not in a order how you assign the values in a set variable. Okay, it will be printed in a unordered way. It will be printed in a random way when we print the data items in the output screen. Fine. Okay, so in this slide, we are going to see the features of set items. Hope you know the features of a list in tuple bar. Now we are going to see the features of set in Python. Okay, so set items are unordered, unchangeable, and do not allow duplicate values. Whether in but in list and tuple, it will allow duplicate values, whereas set will not allow duplicate values. We cannot store the same value multiple times in a set variable. Right? So set items are unordered, unchangeable, and do not allow duplicate values. And unordered meaning, as you know, okay, so all the items in a list, either in a list or tuple, are ordered in a indexed way. Whereas in set will be the data items will be in a unordered way. Okay, so we cannot put the index value for any data item of a set variable. Right? So, and set items are unchangeable. Once it is created, all the data items should be okay as such how it follow inside a set variable. But then we can add or remove the data item of a set variable. So it is unchangeable. Once the set is created, you cannot change the data items. You cannot change the data items that is already been assigned to a set variable. But we can add or remove the data items from the set variable. Right? So these are all the features of set item. First one is set is unordered, unchangeable, and do not allow duplicate values. Fine. Okay, so this is an example for how the duplicate values are not allowed in set variable. Okay, set cannot have two items with the same value. As I told you, we cannot assign the same data items multiple times or more than one time in a set variable. See here, I have a set variable that is this set equal to having the values apple, banana, cherry, and again apple. I'm storing the data item apple again in this set variable. This will not be allowed in set variable. Why? Because set do not allow duplicate values. Fine. So when I try to print the set variable, okay, I will get only the values that is banana, cherry, and apple. Since apple is already present, it will not repeated here. It will not be printed again here. Okay, so it will print only the unique data items of a set variable. Fine. So just like to find out the length of a set here in set also we use the built-in function lenof. So determine, so what is the use of this lenof function which is used to find out the number of items or number of values that is present in the set variable. Okay, so what is the use of this lenof function which is used to count the number of items that is in the set variable. And we have an example for to find out. Okay, here we have an example to find out the length of a set. We have this set equal to apple, banana, and cherry. And when I try to print the length, okay, so what is the function which is used to find out the length of a set variable? Lenof. So this variable has to be given as a parameter inside the lenof function. When I give this set inside this lenof function, I will get the output as 3 because 3 items are present here because apple, banana, and cherry. So 3 items are present here, so I will get the output as 3. Fine. So this is how we assign different data types. Okay, different data types inside. That is different data types assigned for a set variable. Right. So when you take the first case, it is a string, and when you take the second one, it is an integer data type, and third one is boolean data type. Okay, so any different data types can also be assigned in a set variable. So this is the syntax of how you assign each data type to a set variable. When you take the first one, that is a string data type, okay, assigning all the string values to a set variable. Okay, how you differentiate this concept, this data collection concept from others. Okay, if the data items are enclosed within curly brackets, in dictionary also we use curly brackets only, but then all the data items will be assigned in the form of a key and value pair. Whereas in set we have only the values of strings or even boolean values that will be assigned to a set variable. Okay, so the first one is an example for how we assign string values to a set variable. The second is an example for integer, okay, integer data type, and third one is an example for how we assign boolean values to a set variable. Okay, after assigning, okay, we have just printed with the printf function. Okay, when you check the output, see the order is changed here. All the data items in each set variable will be displayed randomly here. Okay, so it will not follow this set concept, this data collection set. Okay, will not follow any position or will not follow any indexed. Okay, when it print the data items. Okay, when it print the data items. Fine. So all the data items displayed here randomly, okay, in not the way how we assigned to a set variable. Okay, it is actually displayed in a random manner. Fine. So after that, we will see how we can access data items of a set variable. Okay, so how we can access data items of a set variable? Here we have values apple, banana, and cherry. Okay, so these values are assigned to this set variable. Okay, so we can, as I told you, Okay, we cannot access with respect of indexes. Okay, whereas in list and tuple we can access all the data items with respect of the index value, with respect of the position value. Whereas in set we cannot access with respect of the indexes, because all the data items will be assigned randomly in a set variable. Right? So how we can access it? We can just display. We can just print or display the data items that is in the list. We cannot find out exact position of any data item of a set variable. Okay, so if you want to access, just put that um, set variable inside a for loop. See here we have a for loop for x in this data set, so it will take each item from that set variable and print it in the output screen. Right? So next one is we're going to see how we can add or remove data items from the set variable. So as I told you, one of the key feature of a set is unchangeable. Okay, we cannot change once the data items are assigned in a set variable. Okay, but then we can add or remove the data item from the set variable. Okay, now we are going to see how we can add or remove the data items from the set variable. So previously we have been discussing about the list and tuple. So in list, if you want to add any data item, you know the function, right? So extent of, or even what extent of function which is used to add the data items for two different lists, and then make it as a single list. Okay. Whereas in set, if you want to add any data item, okay, if you want to add any data item in a set variable, then you have to use the function add-off. Okay, so add-off function which is used to add this data item to the set variable. So previously we have values of a set. Okay, we have values apple, banana, and cherry. Okay, now I am adding another one. Okay, now I am adding another one data item to this set variable, that is orange. So it will be added randomly in the set variable. Okay, so normally when we add any data item to a list or tuple, it will be added at the end. If we are adding with respect of the indexes, then at the concern, okay, at the respective indexes, okay, at the respective index, the element will be, or the data item will be added. Okay, but then here in set it doesn't follow any indexes, or it doesn't follow any position. Okay, so that the data items will be added randomly in the set variable. Fine, so when I add this data item orange to this set variable, it will be added randomly to this set variable. Fine, so when you print it, you'll get the data item as apple, orange, banana, and cherry. Okay, so this how we can add data item to a set variable. Okay, so here we have another one function update of. So in the list we have that function extend of. So this extend of function which is used to add in list, we use this extend of function to add the data items from two different lists and make it as a, and assigning it to a single list. Whereas we have updater function here in this set uh, to join or to combine two different uh, list data items. Okay, if you want, sorry, set data items. If you want to add data items from two different sets, okay, and make it as a single set, then you can use the function. Then you're supposed to use the function update of. Right? So here, when you refer this example, we have a set that is this set equal to apple, banana, and cherry. We have another one set variable that is tropical, and um, pineapple, mango, or papaya values are assigned to this set variable. Okay, now we are going to combine and make it as a single list. See here, this set dot update of tropical. I am just combining this set and tropical set. Okay, both set, okay, into a single, okay, as a single set, this set. So I am comparing all this data item of this set and tropical. I am assigning it to again the same variable, this set. Fine. So this set dot update of tropical, so it will, what it will do, it will combine both the data items and make it as a single one. Right. So when I try to print this set, I'll have all these items of both the sets. Fine. Okay, so in list, each function is different for each data collection. Okay, so functions are different for each data collection. That you should remember each function for the concepts. Okay, what we have learned in data collection. Fine. Okay, let me move on to the next one. So now after adding, okay, so what are the two functions which is used to add data items to a set variable? One is adder function and another one is updater function. We have another one function, okay, remove, okay, remove and discard function. Both these functions are used to remove the data items from the set. Okay, here we have function remove and discard of. What it will do? Okay, both will remove the data item from the set variable. Whereas there is a little difference. Okay, a small difference in remove and discard. That is remove and discard of method. Fine. So if the item that doesn't exist in this set variable, okay, remove function will raise an error. Okay, when you try to remove one data item from the set variable using this remove function and that data item is not available and that data item is not okay exist in the set variable, then it will definitely raise an error. Then it definitely raise an exception, right? Whereas this discard function won't raise any error or won't raise any exception. Even it is doesn't exist, the data item doesn't exist in the set variable, okay, even then it will not raise any error. So that's the difference between remove and discard function. Both are used to remove the data items from the set, whereas remove function will raise an error if the data item is not present in that set variable. And this discard function won't raise any errors, okay, won't raise any exception even if the uh, data item is not exist in the set variable, right? So let's see the example for this, how we can use this remove function in the set variable. We have a variable this set equal to apple, banana and cherry. Fine, now I'm using this function remove to remove the data item, okay, from the set variable. So remove banana. So what it will do, it will remove this banana from the set variable. So when you try, after removing, when you try to print this set variable, you get the output as cherry and apple. Because banana is, this value banana is removed from the set variable. Okay. When you have this discard function, it will also remove the data item, but then okay, if that item that we try to remove doesn't exist in the set variable, then it, okay, even then it will not raise any error, right? So that's the difference between remove and discard functions. And we have another one function pop off. Okay, so this pop off also used to remove an item. Okay, this pop off function is also used to remove the data item from the set variable, but then it will randomly remove the data item from the set variable. For in any cases, if you want to remove a random data item from the set variable, you can use this pop-off function. Whereas remove and discard function, which is used to remove the respective or exact data item from the set variable. Right? So if you want to remove the data item randomly from the set variable instead of giving exact data item of a set variable, then you can use this pop-off function. Okay, so what's the use of this pop-off function, which is used to remove the data item randomly from the set variable? And so let's see the example for this pop-off function. Here we have a set, that is this set equal to apple, banana and cherry. I'm using this pop-off function for this set variable, this set dot pop. So what it will do, it will randomly remove the data item from the set variable. Okay, so it removes, so the remove data item I am actually assigning it to another one variable x. When I try to print x, I'll have apple. Okay, so it has removed the data item apple from this set, from this variable. Fine. So when after removing, if you try to print the this variable, okay, when you try to print this set, okay, it will print the remaining rest of the data items that is available in the set variable. Fine. Okay, so what are the things that we have discussed till now? That for adding, we need to use the function add of, update of. Okay, for removing the data item from the set, what are all the function has to be used? Okay, that is remove, discard of and pop off. Okay, so moving on to some of the functions, other functions that we can use it in set. Okay, we are going to see other functions that we can use it in set. Okay, that we can use it in this data collection set. Okay, so the first function is union of. So what is this union of function? Okay, so normally what does this union will do? Okay, so this union which will concatenate or which will join all the things or which will display all the values that is present in, okay, all the variables. Okay, let's see with an example so that you can understand it very well. So this union return a set that contains all data items from both the sets. Okay, so it will return all the data items of the set variables. Okay, so duplicates will not be allowed in the set variable, but then okay, the unique values of all the set variables will be displayed with respect of this union of function. Okay, let's see with an example. We have x equal to apple, banana, and cherry, and y values are Google, Microsoft, and Apple. Okay, when I am combining both this set x and y with respect of this union of function, see here x dot union of y. So what it will do, it will take all the unique values from each set and assign it to a new variable z. So when you try to print z, this z variable will have all the data items, all the unique data items from both the sets. Fine. So we have values apple, banana, and cherry. Here we have Google, Microsoft, Apple again. Okay. So the duplicates value will be deleted here. So this apple will be deleted here. Okay. So what about the remaining values? That is apple, banana, cherry, Google, and Microsoft. Since it is a set, it will be displayed randomly here. Okay, the data items is not positioned with respect of the indexes, whereas it will display all the data items randomly. Fine. So what's the use of this union function? It is used to combine all the data items of a set variable, and duplicates are excluded. It will not, since it will not allow the duplicate values. Duplicate values will be excluded from the set variable. Right. So let's see the next function, copier. From the name itself, you can tell that what is the use of this copier function. What is the use of this copier function? It is used to copy the data item of a set variable to another variable. Fine. Here we have a variable fruit is equal to apple, banana, and cherry. Now I'm going to copy all these values of a set variable to a new variable x. Fine. Okay. So what's the function which is used to copy the values? That is copy of. So this one, fruits dot copier will count, will I mean copy all the values from this set variable and assign it to a new variable x. So when you try to print the value of x, all the values that is assigned to the fruit will be displayed here. Will be assigned to this new variable x. Okay, so moving on to the third function, there is differential. So what is differential function? Okay, so it's just like how you perform x minus y. Okay, so this difference of method returns a set that contains the difference between two sets. So what's the meaning of it? That is x minus y. If x is a set and y is a set, and if you are using this differential function, then what it will return x minus y. Um, it will delete all the data items of y in the variable x and display it. Okay, it will display the difference of x and y. That is x minus y. Fine. So it returns a set that contains the difference between two sets. Okay, let's see with an example. We have x variable. Okay, x variable, set variable x, that is apple, banana, and cherry, and y variable is having the values Google, Microsoft, and Apple. When you do x minus y, so what is this x minus y? Subtracting all the values of y with x. Fine. So Google, Microsoft, and Apple. When I try to find out the difference between this x and y, so apple, banana, and cherry, whether there is any common values, no. Apple alone is common in both the set variables. So what is this x minus y? Subtracting all the values of y with x. So
Hello.
I have only apple. Okay. What happened? What happened? See, guys, take it seriously. Don't play in the online class. I'm checking class, but someone is unmute your audio and speaking with your friend. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me during this class, but then kindly unmute your audio. Fine. So when you do the difference between this x and y variable, you will get x minus y. Okay, when this differential function is applied between x minus y, you will get the x minus y. You will get, after subtracting all the values of y with x. Okay, the remaining values will be returned as output. Fine. So when you do x equal to, that is having the values of x, that is apple, banana, and cherry, and y is Google, Microsoft, and Apple. When you subtract x minus y, when you do the difference of function with x and y, you get the remaining value of x. What is the remaining value of x? That is apple and banana. So it will sorry, cherry and banana, because apple will be subtracted uh, with x. So we get the value, what's the remaining value, that is banana and cherry. So that will be your output. Okay, so the difference of function will return the difference between two different sets. What is that meaning? Exact meaning, that is x minus y. Okay, so next function is intersection of. So intersection of method returns a set that contains the common data items between two or more sets. Okay, so it will display all the common data items between two sets. Okay, so when we have a set values like x equal to apple, again this same example, that is x equal to apple, banana and cherry, and y is Google, Microsoft and Apple. When you do the intersection between these two set variables, it will display all the common values of x and y. Okay, so what's the common values that is present here? When you see, that is apple is a common value that is present in both the set variables, that is x and y, right? So when you do x dot intersection of y, it will display the common value. What is the common value present here? That is apple. So z will have the value apple. When you print the value of z, you will get this output apple, because apple is the data item that is common in both these variables, x and y. Right? And okay, so that's all about the functions that we can use it in the set variable. So what are the functions apart from adding and removing from the set variable? We have discussed four main functions. What are all the functions? First one is union of, and second one is copy of, third one is difference of, and fourth one is intersection of. Okay, so these are some of the functions that we can use it in this set uh, set data collection. Right? Okay, let me tell you the difference between list, tuple, set, and dictionary. As you are seeing the slide, now the list is a collection which is ordered and changeable, and it also allows duplicate values. Fine. So all the data items of a list is indexed. It's positioned. Okay, with respect of the position or with respect of the index, we can access any data item of a list. Okay, and it also allows duplicate data items. What's the meaning of it? Okay, we can store the same data items multiple times in a list. Okay, so list is a collection of ordered, changeable, and allowed duplicate numbers. Okay, so what about this tuple? Tuple is a collection. Okay, so tuple is also a kind of data collection which is ordered, which is positioned, which is indexed. With respect of the index, we can access any data items of a tuple. Okay, and it is also unchangeable. What is the meaning of this unchangeable? It's unchangeable. Once the data items are assigned in a set or tuple variable, okay, you cannot change the data items. Okay, you cannot change the data items. Whereas we can insert or remove the data item from the set or tuple, but we cannot change the data items of a tuple or set variable. And tuple also allows duplicate members, whereas set will not allow the duplicate members. Okay, what about dictionary? Dictionary is also changed like same like list, whereas it will not also. Okay, it also don't allow duplicate values. Okay, the same value cannot be assigned multiple times in a dictionary. Okay, so dictionary is a collection which is ordered, changeable, and also allows duplicate value. So this is the main difference between each data collections. Okay, so hope we'll discuss the remaining dictionary in the class. Okay, we are going to have a practical session now. I'm going to open KLab. Fine. Okay, we'll show you the difference between each data collection. Okay, if you want, you can also open your klab.coordinate.edu. We are going to do a practical session in set. We have okay 10 minutes more. You can also open KLab to do the practical session. Okay. So what is the syntax for a set? As I told you, all the data items should be enclosed with curly brackets. Okay. So let me give you an example for this. Okay. I'm just assigning the string values to this set variable. The values are apple, banana, and cherry. Okay. If you try to assign the same value again in the list, okay, it will not display the same value. Okay, see here at the third position, okay, at the second position, and I'm assigning the same value which I have assigned it to the first position after. Okay, after printing the printing the set variable, I'll show you how this duplicate values are excluded in the set variable. Okay, and now I'm going to, after assigning the all the values, I'm just printing it. Okay, so the values that's assigned here is apple, banana, apple, and cherry. Okay, I have stored this duplicate value again in this set variable. Okay, when I try to print it, I'm getting the values as banana, apple, and cherry. But when you check, I'm not, okay. This value is not again printed in the output. Okay, see here. If I try to print it again, the order would be different. Okay, it's printing the same order. Let me show it again. Okay, but okay, let me paste it in a new cell. Again, okay. Normally, the values will be stored randomly in a set table, but here it is displaying again and again the same output. But then when you try it in Google Colab or somewhere in online compiler, your output would be different when you try to print the set variable. Right? Okay. So, what is the function which is used to add data item to the set variable? Add. Okay. So let's see how we can add a new data item. Okay, I'm assigning the same value to the set variable. Okay, what are the functions which is used to add? One is add of, one update of. Okay, let's see how this add of function is used to add a new data item to the set variable. I'm just adding a new data item grades into this set variable. Okay, see this grades data item is added now in this set variable. Okay, so if in case if you are using list, this grade will be added only at the end. Okay, in case if you are using inserter function, it will be inserted at the exact position. Whereas here in this set, it will be added randomly. It will choose the position randomly for a set variable. Okay, so the data items for a set variable, okay, will be displayed randomly or will be assigned randomly in a set variable. Fine. Okay, let's see the second example of how we can add data items to a list variable. Sorry, set variable. Here we have here we have it is actually curly brackets. Okay, let's take this integer values. Here we have 5 values. Take another one set variable. Okay, so how to combine these two sets into a single set? We have another one function update of. Okay, now I'm going to use this update of function and okay, so a dot update of, okay, so update of p. So what it will do, it will combine both these sets and assign it to the variable a. Right. So when I try to print a, it will have all the values of a and b. See here, all these values of these two sets a and b is now combined and assigned it to the same variable a. So this how we can use these two functions, add of and update of, to combine two different sets, right? Okay, let's see how we can remove the data item from the set variable. Okay, let's assign another one value, say for example like string value. Okay, apple, and then banana, grapes. Fine. Okay, so Now I'm using this remove function. Okay, so let's see how we can remove it. I'm assigning that removed data item into a new variable. So I'm just providing a new variable is that here. So is that equal to a dot remove. I'm removing grapes. Okay, grapes from this. Okay, print is that I'm removing the data item grapes from the set variable a. Okay? And then remaining data item. Just printing it with a statement remaining data items. Okay, remaining data items comma a. Okay, and just remove data item. You can also give the statement remove data item here. Remove data item. Okay, and just close it with quotes. Okay, now we'll run this code. See here, why no data? Oh, why no data items removed? A dot remove. Okay, so it will not assign that remove data item to any. Fine. Okay, so you can also, okay, just like remove function, you can also use this sort of function. Fine. Okay, so let me show you how this sort of function works. Okay, we have function discord of discord. Let's run this code. Okay, so instead of assigning the discorded a data item to a new variable, indirectly you can also print it. Fine. So after removing this grape a data item from this set variable, the remaining data items are apple and banana, and it is displaying now. Okay. See, if I'm giving another one data item that is not in the set variable, say for example, I'm giving orange. Okay, that is actually not in the set variable A. Okay, when I try to run it, Discord won't. Okay, Discord function will not raise an error. Whereas here, definitely this remove function will raise an error. Let's see whether we are getting any error or not. See, I'm getting the error key error. Okay, I'm getting the key error here because orange value is not presented here. But then when I try to print when I try to remove the data item and it does not exist in this set variable, okay, will raise an error when we use remove function. Whereas discard function is not, uh, I mean, displaying any error. Okay, directly it will say the data item is none. Right, so this is the difference between remove and discard function. Okay, let's see with another one thing. The last one, what is that? Pop off. Okay, so what this pop off function will do, it will remove the random data item. Okay, it will remove the data item randomly from the set variable. Okay, let's take the very same example. Okay, instead of discard off, we just use pop off. Okay, pop off. Okay, I'm just printing it. Okay, let's run this code. We have, see, the remove data item is placed randomly. It is removing the data item from, when you run again, it will remove some other data item. It's not removing any data item. Let's copy this code and paste it. Okay, let's see what data items again grades. Okay, when you try it with other compiler, you get different outputs for this. Okay, so pop-up function is used to remove the data items randomly from the set variable. So this how, okay, these functions will work in set. Okay. Okay, so that's all for today. We'll discuss. Okay, it's almost 2:50, so we'll discuss the remaining things in the class.